live here from Auto Club Speedway for the Microsoft 200. My name is Connor, and I will be your host here today for the. What round number is this?
Hold on. I think it's. Well, we know it's like the 8th or 7th to last race of the season.
Yeah, but we gotta factor in the trucks didn't go to Daytona, nor Dover. Well, we have to factor in the trucks didn't go to Dover because of the mistake I made.
Well, regardless, though, we are here today for Fontana. Last time we were here was back in October, in which NASCAR fan took the checkered flag for the Truck Series. Of course, that was almost 4 months ago, but now we fast forward 3 months later, and the entire face of the Truck Series, quite frankly, has turned upside down since then.
And as we bring to you our starting lineup, winning the pole in the number 33 Smoky Mountain Herbal Snuff Chevrolet is Legend. And to his outside will be his teammate in the number 94 Sprite Chevrolet, which is Jackhammer. Driving the number 28 Budweiser King of Beers Ford is Gary. I don't know why I'm having long pauses. Monaco Row 2 will be the number 24 Target Ford of Reese. Behind them is the number 2 Chevrolet Accessories Chevrolet of Patrick Miller, and the number 19 County Market Toyota, the number 19 Medford's County Market Toyota of that's NASCAR fan, and the number 12 Milwaukee Dodge Ram of Ryan, and the number 53 Husqvarna, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Chevrolet of Hannah's Boy, and will be the number 35 Harley Davidson Motor Company Chevrolet of Kenyon, and the number 9 Napa Ford of Lipsy. Behind him is the number 21 Freight Auctions Racing Toyota of Torak, and the number 50 Comscope Toyota of Teague. Behind him is the number 97 Pringle Chevrolet of King Barnabas, and the number 14 Daft Punk Ford of Ottercat. Then he's the number 62 Wendy Chevrolet of David Kreutz, and the number 10 Tide Toyota of Sample. And he's the number 71 Team Realtree Ford of Kyle, and the number 8 3T Chevrolet of Greg Popkris. And he's the number 32 NHL Toyota of the other Ryan. And then the number 17 DeWalt Ford of Mark. And then the number 20 Soundgear Ford of Jessica, and the number 45 Culver's Ford of Mark the Bully. Then the number 99 Boeing Chevrolet of Maine, and the 09 Lowe's Chevrolet of Josh. And it is the 02 Tony Kart Dodge of Newscast, and representing number 54 JBL Ford of Byrne. And it is the number 05 Mountain Dew Ford the Wind Chevrolet of Braden, and number 23 Exide Batteries Toyota of Hector Daniel. And it is the number 1 FC, I'm not even going to pronounce it, Toyota of Manuel. And the number 0 Menards Ford of Unofficial Joe. Behind them is the number 78 Auto Owners Toyota of Quad Kid Boy, and the number 72, I believe this is Shadowlands Ford of Grand Ginger. And it is the number 60 Red of Auction for Fraternal Order of Eagles.com Toyota of Outlaw. And that is the 74 Lipton Toyota of Giuseppe. Behind them is the number 63 Audi Chevrolet of Sean, and the number 56 Parker Penn's Toyota of Truex fan. Behind them is the 51 Jello Cherry Chevrolet of Jeff Bolton, and the number 81 Liberty University Toyota of Kyle Sistroy. And the number 22 Gatorade Dodge of Slick's Flame, and the number 52 Wisconsin Lighting Lab Ford of Ev. And rounding it out will be the 00 Celsius Toyota of Bailey Parker and defending winner in the 77 Smithfield Ford NASCAR fan.
Yeah, so those are the 42 drivers competing today, as they do every week here in the Dogecoin Truck Series. And for the final time in this series, we're heading to this track. We've been here a lot in this, truck series, but see the pace truck rolling off pit road, the Chevrolet Silverado.
With two Silverados running behind him.
I was going to say that. But it should be a really exciting race. Last time we were here was really exciting. You had a lot of 3 and 4 wide action, and everyone seemed to be racing really close to each other. And I think today will be very similar to that, and I think it'll be a very good race, of course, as Fontana always is for all these series we do. Always exciting racing, probably some of the best racing of the season. So now, Chevrolet Silverado lights are out on that truck. As all these drivers getting ready to go, all in second gear, belts pulled tight, and they're ready to go here. As now the pace truck will dive on a pit road. It will be in the hands of the 33 of Legends. Here we go. And the green flag is out. A little bit of a wheel spin by the 24 there. Wheel spin from a couple others, but it'll be Legends pulling away from the rest of the field as they head into turn number 1.
Turns out I was muted there, but yeah, we're racing here at Fontana.
As they're already 3 wide, you see Ryan in the middle right there in the 12 truck.
You see there, Gaming Freak trying to go for second on Jackhammer with the 2 of Patrick Miller right behind him.
Up a few Chevrolet Silverados at the front. Looks like Patrick Miller might just go 3 wide as they're going 3 and 4 wide back in the field here.
I see that a lot here at Auto Club with how wide the track is. You can even pull off 5 wide like they're doing right
there goes
here.
Ginger. Oh no. And he's gonna
keep it.
Save it. Wow.
Just save it, but Joe can't get it off the wall.
Unofficial Joe, who's won 2 races earlier this season, his race might just be over. And also a very tough break for Ginger, who comes in this race as the points leader, and that is certainly going to hurt his chances of expanding that points lead already.
Not how bad the points was after leaving Papyrus.
Only a 1 point difference.
That's not going to help his case any better. As I think there
was a big wreck. Oh, and Quad Kid by
Burns in it.
Looks like Connor in the 14.
The CMA Autocats in it, and so is Quad Kid Boy. And the caution's going to be out. And they're going to pull it 3 wide for second, heading back to the line as I open up Radioactive.
Yep, as here they come off turn 4. Looks like Game Freak will get the best of those 2. And the caution flies for the first time as the multi-truck accident has occurred in turn 1. And we'll take a look at what happened here. This is kind of what happens when you see 3 and 4 wide racing. Yeah, just
it looks like Byrne came up on the 14.
Yeah, you really got to rely on your spotter at some of these tracks, especially this one, because it's such a large track, and there's a lot of room to work with for all these drivers. So if they're going 4 and 5 wide, you don't know who's on your inside, who's on your outside. So you really got to rely on your spotter. And so, I don't blame.
Did I forget to turn 2-time pit frequency on?
I wouldn't know.
I got it to one first format so I can go and do this. No, fuck me.
Well, damn.
I gotta remember every time that I gotta do this.
Yeah, we'll just edit it out of the stream. I guess. I don't know.
If Legends even knows how to do that.
I'm sure he does.
No, it's just
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Take two, and we're underway at Fontana. It'll be Unofficial Joe leading the way. As now all these trucks trying to go 3 and 4 wide already. Unofficial Joe leads them going into turn number 1. There you see Zevel making it 3 wide on the bottom. As now Deuce Castronose gets forced up high. All these trucks trying to search for room on the outside, maybe a little bit of grip too.
Craig Popkris is gonna slide into second.
Yeah, so we're now going to go 3 wide. Gaming Freak to the bottom of not only the 05 of Brain Boss's team owner in 14. So right now, these 3 single file, though it could change. Looks like one truck got way up high. That might have been Lipsy in the 9. And indeed it was. As now here comes Connor in 14, who won the Cup Series race last week at Gateway. Trying to make it 2 in a row for all series. As now all these trucks still going wide. There's Ginger, your points leader. Trying to make some headway here.
Won a truck the season before, won at Darlington. This guy's first career showing in the same number. Although, albeit a different team. I'm trying to win in a truck here at Fontana, but here comes Braden to the inside. Now Craig Popker is going to take it 3 wide. Probably. Nope. They're going to slot it back out.
A big run from Craig Popkris there.
As 4 wide for, I believe that's what, 2 to 3 rows in the back?
Yeah. But yeah, Unofficial Joey's won 2 races this season. Excuse me.
Being Knoxville and Coca-Cola.
Yep. And there's Connor right behind him. We all know he won at Darlington Truck Series here and also won Gateway last Sunday, and now needs to try to add an extra win to the column for the Truck Series all-times win list. Then here goes Braden 05. He's got a big run right here. He might have a little bit of help from the Ave Craig Popkris. Throw that out the window now. As now Unofficial Joe gets a push from Braden as they're going to go 3 wide to turn number 1.
Go 4 wide there in the back.
Yep, and you remember how Lipsy was in the top 5 just a few laps ago? Well, he is nearly dead last now. That outside line is just not working out. Trying to get some rubber into that, but it might just hurt him in the long run here.
Most likely will.
Up is now Craig Popkris on the bumper to 14 of Connor, trying to nudge him out of the way here. Looks like Connor's going to clear the field going down the back straightaway.
Somebody seems to have scraped the wall in the back.
Might have been BP or Ginger, maybe. So those 2 seem to be the highest trucks up here. But of course, it's not always just about the speed. It's about cornering here. Because, you know, you mix handling and speed together, and this is what you get really is these types of tracks where it's most other tracks it's usually one or the other. But right now, here's Maine to the inside, trying to make some headway. He's got his teammate Jack Cameron behind him, trying to get to the inside of 63 of Sean. Zevel goes tight here.
And it looks like no more 4 wide battles. It's still Ottercat in the lead now. Craig goes to the inside. Jesus, I'm tired. Unofficial Joe.
Yeah, so right now, here comes Gaming Freak to the inside here, trying to make a pass on Craig Popcris, but it's not going to work out. Braden gets shoved way up high. Might have gotten a bump for Sean Ard there, his team owner. There's now two forwards in command here at Fontana. Now Unofficial Joe's going to break that up, and he's going to go to the inside. And how about Craig Popcris going to the inside 3 wide for the race lead, maybe for a moment?
Almost no. And Unofficial Joe's going to try and go for the lead. Two forwards up in the front.
Now make it 3 with Gaming Freak. Yep. Here he comes. He's trying to make a pass on Craig Popcris.
Hanukkah trying to get the outside to his advantage. Joe is still there banging on the door to the inside.
As right now, as it stands, Connor with the advantage, getting that run off the corner. He's got help from the eye of Craig Popker. So is Unofficial Joe from 20 of Gaming Freak. It's now going to turn one.
Clear to keep that lead, maybe. No, Joe's going to come back again.
As right now, double follow throughout the field, sprinkled in with some 3 wide racing in the back. Right now, they're dead even going to 3 and 4 here.
Still side by side, heading through turn 3, entering turn 4. 0, trying to get the advantage. That's help from 28. Top 6, battling for the positions being battled for in the top 6 here up front. We see Braden and Sean as well joining in.
Yep, and we all know Sean, even though he broke his winless streak in Shell Cup, he hasn't won in the Truck Series. Has the longest winless streak, in fact.
Back in season 1, I believe it was Texas.
It was.
Season 1 Texas. Been a while.
Yeah.
But still up front, it's still a big battle here going on. They've been side by side for quite a few laps now. Lead has been exchanging between the 14 and the 0. As now it is Gaming Freak trying to help his boss out.
Yeah, it looks like they'll definitely get the run.
Joe have the lead? Yeah, he will. But Connor will come back down to bite. Now he's going to have assistance probably from the 63. That depends on Jackhammer. He's going to go 3 wide for third.
Yep, and there's Craig Popcris, of course, in the mix of that. Mark DeBolli up here now. We haven't talked about him at all so far. Right now, as it stands, Unofficial Joe has the lead, getting help from Gaming Freak, in fact. In second place, Gaming Freak and Connor side by side going to 3 and 4. As they're going to get very intense in the back here. 3 and 4 wide, of course. There you see Deuce Castros all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Nobody's going to go with him. But looks like he might just pull up in front of the 72. Almost some contact right there. They're going to keep going, though. But right now, Jackhammer might have just squeezed the outside here in front of Sean. And now he's going to cut back to the inside front of Mark DeBolli. Mark DeBolli gets very loose there. He's going to give that up to Braden.
As Unofficial Joe now here up front as Jackhammer is going to pull it 3 wide for the second place position. He could be getting some help there from the 63. 28's going to back off.
Yep. So they're going to be side by side here. This is exactly what Unofficial Joe wants to see. He wants to see these guys battle so he can just pull away on a Sunday drive, essentially. Now Bray forces it to the inside of Sean, sends him way up the track. Looks like Quad Kidboy almost took advantage of that, but he's going to slide up the racetrack. As now Connor and Jackhammer going side by side, going to turn 1. That's his 4-second. And look at Gaming Freak going way wide here on the outside, trying to get a run on these guys, but, well, at the very least, try to get clear of the 05. Is now Jackhammer's gonna pull him behind Connor here.
3 wide for 2 rows. That's for positions in the outer portion of the top 10, hitting those around the top 15.
And look at Ginger going all the way to the bottom, trying to get around Craig Popcris, but it's not going to exactly work out. You can tell Ginger is desperate for some points here after being essentially robbed last week from Papyrus, being just a couple laps short of victory, or well, even a few seconds short of victory, if you will. But right now, he's just trying to get some points here and expand on his points lead. As right now, Braden going to go from fourth to the inside of Gaming Freak.
Top 3 breaking off. Joe, Ottercat, and Jackhammer. All 1, 2, 3 right now.
Yep, all single file. In fact, for the moment, as now all these guys trying to distance themselves from the rest of the field, but it might not just work out. As Gaming Freak, he's got some draft here. He's also got a bit of help from behind. And you can tell Jackhammer is very desperate, not going to waste any time. But it looks like he'll just stay right behind that 14, who will also stay behind that 0 for the lead. And I think at about this time is when the field starts to settle down. Maybe not for now, as now Jackhammer pulls to the inside. He's going to try to clear him for clear Connor for second, I should say.
He could have tried to go for the lead there, but Joe shut the door on him.
Yeah, and also Jackhammer has no help. In fact, that might just help the 28 get a run here. And Jackhammer clears Gaming Freak for that inside right there.
And get there. And still battle for second between Jackhammer and Ottercat, as it's all Joe up front trying to go for his third win of the season as well as the third win of his career.
And look at Gaming Freak to the inside, maybe even Braden. They're going to go for what? Heading to turn number 1.
I was about to say, look at Braden as well. Ottercat gets shoved up way high above the way high. Back down to 3 wide, almost contact between the 28 and the 05. Deshaun starting to get into this, May not that far behind.
Where Popcris gets shoved up the track. Mark the Bully and Ginger on the way to fight for these spots right here and get some points. As right now, Jackhammer clears all of them for second. Braden moves to third. As I think Connor and Gaming Freak, excuse me,
Fords and Chevrolets trying to summit their dominance here today. Though we do see some Toyotas trying to get their way to, and Dodges on their way to try to get a work up here. You see the Manuel, Dudes Castaneves, and Quad Kid Boy trying to work their way into the top 10. As it looks like we could be getting our first pit stop. Dudes is going to come in first, then we're going to follow with him.
I think maybe a couple trucks did. I couldn't tell who, but
nope. Dudes is gonna be the only one to come in. That's gonna start off our pit cycle.
Yep, and we all know that Penske has been winless this season. Besides Slicks Flame, they won way earlier in the season, and also with Ryan Blaney racing at Talladega, but have been winless ever since. So now you see Deuce Cashner getting his service
and
also.
Here comes the rest. It looks like Gaming Freak is going to stay out, as well as Craig Popcris, Ginger, Bailey Parker. Hector Daniels going to stay out, so is his teammate Josefi. And it's coming off the pit road will be the O2 of Deuce Castaneves. Also, I was going to point out, Deuce Castaneves trying to keep Penske with their winning ways while trying to go for his first career truck win. Has never competed in the Dogecoin Truck Series before. This is his first ever season.
Likely his only season too, but right now, one of the big concerns, last time we were here, you all remember Jessica had her very violent accident. I think it was her and Pana's boy, if I'm not mistaken. But they had a violent crash off pit road. And so that's going to be one of the big concerns is these guys going to be side by side off pit road. And one of them's going to get turned here.
But as here comes, dude's out of 3 and 4, but I don't think he's going to be able to jackhammer.
So it looks like everyone's going to get off pit road safely. Newscasher is going to gain a lot of spots right here. Looks like he'll probably move into fourth, maybe even third and second.
By the 14, he's there on the 0. And he
he'll
just
move.
rockets his way up to second.
I don't think he's done yet by any means.
Yep, he's closing in on Jackhammer.
If the tire's still cold on those trucks right there. You see Game Freak getting off pit road. It's now side by side for the lead. It is now Jackhammer and Deuce Cashiness as they head into 3 and 4. As the Deuce Cashiness pulls it to the inside, and he is clear to the lead.
Cashiness is going to take that number 02 Tony Kart Dodge Ram up to the front.
Yep, one of the primary spots for Dudes, Tony Kart. And Dudes also competes in the Shell and Cup Series, so we'll see him 2 more times this weekend. But right now, he is making himself one of the favorites for those two by leading here in the Truck Series.
Of course, he runs for Truex Fan Racing in the Show Series and the Cup Series. But when it's the Truck Series, he's busy trying to give Team Penske some more. What's the word? Some more momentum.
Right. So right now, Jackhammer still has newscasters in his sights.
Joe and AutoCAD are also there.
So I would say the big winner of all those pit stops definitely the O2 newscaster Neves.
As we are a third of the way through the race.
Also, some of the big winners too would be for, some of these guys that are still up here.
It's the rest of your top 10. And speaking of Penske dudes, his teammate Slick Flame also up here as well. But it looks like pit stops didn't fare well for Ryan. He's back in 38th. So really two opposite ends as he feels that Team Penske is on. As it is still the O2 leading here at Fontana. Battle for second bruise between Joe and Jackhammer. AutoCAD's looking for his second career truck win. Joe for his third. Jackhammer and Dude's looking for their first. As it's 3 wide for second. As AutoCAD dives it down below Joe and Jackhammer, but it looks like Jackhammer is going to have the advantage. He's going to keep second. It'll result in a battle for third between Joe and AutoCAD. Looks like they're still trying to run down the 94. As 3 wide battle for fifth. Gaming Freak and Ev battling with Braden. Gaming Freak, though, looks to be backing off.
It looks like all these guys separated from each other. Let's see, Josephi up here. He's had a very rough season in the Truck Series, to say the least. Shell Series, he's been actually doing pretty decent. So right now, Connor goes to the inside of Fisher Joe. That will be for third. So Fisher Joe, no help up there for the moment.
Jackhammer's still holding on to that second place position. Dude's Castaneva's still holding on with the lead.
Yep, and as it stands right...
Gotta read. Gotta clear all these notifications.
Okay.
Why the hell did Patrick Starr send a picture of an emu in their team chat?
I don't know. Anywho, so Deuce Castroneves continues to lead. Jackhammer right behind him. So now they're going to go on the lap 32 momentarily, at least when they come across the line here. And all these four have a great chance of winning, as Unofficial Joe pulls it to the inside, a very bold move on his part.
As we are closing in on halfway, still Dudes Castanev is leading over Joe, Jackhammer, and Ottercat, although that could change. Joe trying to work his way up.
And maybe Connor could go 3 wide if he wants to, but he's just not close enough.
Almost contact between Joe and Jackhammer.
That's right now. Unofficial Joe getting some momentum on that inside. If he can just get that draft from the 0-2, he could potentially take the lead away from him. As here he comes to the inside, almost right there. But
Dude's gonna shut the door.
Yep, and those two forts still locked on together. Look at Jackhammer for a run there. He's going to clear the 0 of Unofficial Joe. And now back right to the bumper of Deuce Castroneves.
Top four all going in a train formation, heading down to the front stretch. Joe's going to try again to get that second place position from Jackhammer.
And it looks like he may just do that. But as it stands right now, it is Deuce Castroneves with the lead, approaching lap 35 now on the board. As now Connor goes way wide there, trying to perhaps build some momentum going to turn 1. It could overtake these two side by side, Unofficial Joe and Jackhammer right now. But they also got to keep in mind, that second pack is closing. There's a lot more trucks in that pack, or at least more than these trucks in his first pack. Do keep in mind they are closing in quite a bit here. If they get that whiff of draft, they can easily close in on these guys and perhaps take the lead away. But we're going to wait and see here as Deuce Castroneves
propelling. Adam pings me in Legends.
Alright. But Deuce Castroneves basically propelled himself into winning contention with that pitch strategy call by the O2 team. But there you see those trucks becoming closer and closer to these guys up ahead. So side by side there, Jackhammer and Connor. As you see Unofficial Joe slides right up the track. It is now Jackhammer sliding to the inside of him. And gonna try to clear for second here. But as it stands now, look at Gaming Freak. He's got to close in here. These guys that are now in the draft of these guys, not only that, but can also pass these guys and take the lead away. They also have a chance to win now. So instead of just 4 guys having a chance, it is now 9 perhaps. But we're going to wait and see how these last 40 laps or so go. So now we have reached halfway of this race on lap 38. As now Jackhammer pulls to the inside. He is going to clear for the lead. They're side by side. And look at Gaming Freak. He is approaching these trucks. Connor goes to the inside trying to collect some help from the 28. As now these guys side by side. The race is on now. As now double file for the first 6 trucks right here, and the other 3 still trailing behind. And now you can put Jackhammer P1 on the board for the 94 truck, as now he is almost clear, and now he indeed is clear of the O2. Well, not for the moment. Well, he might. Yes, he is. Alright, so now Jackhammer with the lead, but now Connor, not going to let him get away so easily. He's got some help from a few forts right here. And Jackhammer doesn't really have any teammates up at the front, besides Maine, who is quite a ways back. So right now, Jackhammer, he's on the defense essentially. He's going to go to the inside. Unofficial Joe way wide up the track. Might try to pull off some sort of strategy that we are not aware of. And so now, Jackhammer with the lead again. But also do keep in mind, we do have pit stops in a few laps here, probably around lap 50-ish. So I believe that might be their final pit stop of the race if there is no caution. Also, you have a couple Wiska Motorsport trucks up here, those being Ev and Unofficial Joe.
Mm-hmm.
This is now Connor going to second right here, side by side for these trucks further back. As Jackhammer continues to hold the lead, even though he's got some trucks that do have teammates up at the front for the moment. But if May can get his way up through these trucks, then I think Jackhammer can feel a little bit more relaxed. At least I would think that would be the way, but you never know. But right now, Dude's Cash knows it seems like his strategy falling apart. It looks like he might just have to bank on pitting earlier to get him back in contention again, but we'll see if that can work for him. So it looks like it is being not very good to him so far. But it's not over for him by any means. There could be some sort of caution, we don't know. It's never over till it's actually over. So in this case, it's not over until the checkered flag flies and these guys cross the line. That's now top 5, single file, all within the draft. It is Jackhammer continuing to lead. All these trucks getting slower and slower each lap, the tires being worn down, and the other 4 trucks in the back there seemingly to lose some ground on these leaders. And you also keep in mind, we do have pit stops as we mentioned, so I'm very curious if someone else, if the crew chiefs are going to take notes from Dude's Cash that they want to pit early, or they want to pit later and also have the fresher tires. Again, it's really just gambling at this point. You're going to gamble the pit early, gain the track time, but also have kind of slower truck towards the end. Or you pit later, lose all the spots, but you're also faster than those guys towards the end. It's really kind of a 50-50 deal here. One moment real quick.
As they go 3 wide for second. And it looks like they will be having pit stops, and Dude's just coming in, but he won't be the only one.
Yup. Throw his strategy out the window.
Actually, it looks like the strategy got picked up by Kyle.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, because Kyle was in before Dudes. In fact, he was the first one to come in, and he was the only one out of his group.
But how far back was he? If he was somewhat close to the leaders.
Oh, what happened to Giuseppe?
Oh. He was running top 10 earlier, I think after pit stops.
Hold on. Oh, there it is. Engine damage.
Oh.
And Giuseppe's day early. Oh.
No, sorry about that. I had to do that. Anyway, so back to this race now. It looks like Ev might just be ahead of Jackhammer here. They got all these trucks still getting off pit road. As it looks like it will indeed be Ev that has the advantage over Jackhammer and the rest of the field. Again, we're gonna wait
Legends,
for.
look at the group chat. As it looks like it will now be Ev up front as Kenyon just brought it down to pit road.
Yep, and that's 35 truck. But now Ev, excuse me, has a chance to win. We all know he was running top 5 before the pit stops, but now the question is, can these guys make the end? Can they stretch it enough to where they can, perhaps save an extra lap of fuel to get them to the end? That could be the difference.
I'm pretty sure every pit stop is like what, around 20 laps?
Somewhere around there, yeah. I think they'll probably pit around lap 70-ish. So these guys are going to bank on a caution, if I had to guess. Unless there's someone, maybe Kenyon, because he was the last one to pit. Maybe he can perhaps get in the mind of saving fuel. And if he does just that, if he can draft off someone, hit the clutch and all the other stuff you do to save fuel, perhaps we could see him win. Who knows? Well, we're going to see what these crew chiefs can come up with here.
Because it's Ev wistfully trying to go for a second win of the season here at Auto Club.
Now Jackhammer reels into his lead right here. So now the race becomes these two for the meantime. And so now the question begs, which one of these guys can execute on this final pit stop in about 20 laps from now? And which crew chief is going to be bold enough to make the right call to get the driver Victor Lamb? We're going to find out here. As we now go into turn 1, Jackhammer takes the lower line. These guys 3 wide right here. As also, you see Slick's Flame up here. We haven't seen him at the front all day long. We also have Manuel on the 1. Some of these new faces at the front here. Braden might just go 4 wide right here if he has enough momentum. And
Looks like might not have been up front at all, but he has been keeping himself inside the top 10 as it is 4 wide. And it's going to be Autocat that's going to get shoved out. Braden and Gaming Freak seem to both be getting the better of it.
Great racing here, albeit for 4th. As right now, Connor slips up the track. Now, Jackhammer to the lead.
Yep, as over a second up front is the battle for the lead here between Ev and Jackhammer.
Yep, and Ev trying to pin down the 94 Jackhammer side by side off the corners. They head down in the straightaway here. It's a very wide track. Of course, all these drivers can do whatever they need to do to get ahead of the field. So now Jackhammer pulls it to the inside. And also that second group of trucks gained half a second that time by. So these guys, they got to figure something out very quickly or else their hopes of winning might just be dashed. It looks like neither one of them is going to budge or obligate to each other as they come off turns 3 and 4. It is Ev still with the lead.
But still a dead battle. As next time by will be 20 laps to go here at Fontana. Jackhammer trying to get power on the inside.
And I think he's not going to be clear. Still side by side right here.
At the start of the season, Jack Hammer was one of those rookies we kept a good eye on. Remember, I believe he had that runner-up finish back at Daytona at the season opener.
Yeah, that was a really good result right there, I do believe. If he did finish second, I don't remember if he did, but if he did finish second, I would say that was a really great start to his Truck Series campaign. And in fact, he currently sits third in points. He is 13 points back of Ginger, and that was after Papyrus. But as of now, if the race ended out, and it could be that he might take the points lead, but we're not entirely sure yet. Of course, it'll be calculated at some point later this week, but we're gonna find out. If Jack Hammer can, get some points on Ginger and Ryan in the meantime to get that points lead. But also for Ev, a win, considering how the season's been, a win would be great for him. He currently sits 40th in points, to which he hasn't had the greatest season, but his team has been doing very well with Unofficial Joe getting a pair of wins. So I think he'd like to get another win here today.
Yeah, as much. Yeah, as I was gonna say, Ev also looking to get a pair of wins.
Where did he win that? I forgot.
Michigan.
That's right.
Which was the last lap passes. Which was the last lap pass on NASCAR fan get that win. Jack Hammer back on down to the inside. There's Slick's Flame.
And Slick's Flame almost gonna get to the lead here, but Jack Hammer's gonna say not yet to him. He wants to continue to lead here. But as it stands side by side for a second, is Jack Hammer. He wants to see these guys battle each other. In that case, he can pull away, and the more laps that continue to be counted, the less pressure he has, essentially. In which there's less time for these guys to get around him. But, of course, that's only going to apply for about 10 laps, because, we got the next set of pit stops. So, we'll see how this goes.
As we could be closing in on another pit cycle, because remember, around every 20 laps we have a pit stop, so we could be closing in on another one, and this would determine who could probably be out front for the win.
That's right. So, all these guys together, I think there's about 10, 15 trucks in this pack. Can't really get the exact number. But now Elf's going to try to pull on the inside, getting enough momentum. Gaming Freak's going to go to the inside of Slick's Flame right there. That'll be for third. So now Jack Hammer's going to just not clear, was almost, but right now he's just going to try to power on the outside here. It looks like he might just do that. You also see the 17 mark further back. Fisher Joe, who is Ev's teammate, by the way, trying to make some headway here. Slick Flame goes almost into the wall, almost in the parking lot. Is now Ev side by side for the lead. But it's Jack Hammer just trying to fight back right here, doing everything he can to win this race.
Trying to go in. He shuts the door on Ev. Jack Hammer's going to hold on to that lead.
Bad news.
Again, and he has teammates, and he has teammate and driver, Unofficial Joe, going with him.
That's right. So this is bad news for Jack right here. And indeed, it may just become worse. As now Ev pulls to the inside. Then you see Manuel trying to work that outside line to his magic. as they are still side by side for the lead. Going to 3-4, Jackhammer pulls to the inside. He is clear once more.
Tooth and nail. That's all. That's what Jackhammer has been fighting for the past handful of races this season, trying to look for that first career win. He's come close, I believe, multiple times, but just hasn't been able to get the job done. Today could be the day. Today could be the day.
Yep, and of course, his plans for next season unknown. We don't know his status, so he's trying to make the most of what he can do here.
From Michael Clementis Racing here in the Truck Series. Hell, if he could probably get that win, that could probably spike him up to a full-time. That could probably spike him up to potentially a full-time ride in the future in a Shell Series. And I'm also saying that I don't know how many spots are open, if there even is any.
Well, we can't really say much about that yet.
As Joe squeezed it between, I believe it was Joe that squeezed it between Braden and Jackhammer trying. No, Joe tried to squeeze it between Jackhammer and Ev trying to go for the lead, but now it's Ev to the lead as Jackhammer falls back to second. He needs to try and bounce back to the inside.
So right now, top 3 single file is now 4 wide. That is for 4th. No one trying to back out here. It is all on the line.
4 for 4.
Yep, everyone putting in their chips for this victory.
As Jackhammer trying to put his in yet again. We're closing in on potentially another pit cycle.
That's right.
Jackhammer is still battling with Ev for the lead. Coming up. Didn't mean to do that.
Is now we have about 25 trucks all within this group. So now the question begs. Could one of these trucks in the back potentially pull off an incredible strategy?
This entire pack stretches from Jackhammer to Jeff Bonas, I believe.
Nope, Jackhammer.
He's coming in.
Yep, those
and I
two
believe
coming
somebody
up.
else coming. Was that Jackhammer? Oh, Kyle pulled off another strategy yet again.
Oh, boy.
And Jackhammer did come in.
Yep, some of these guys.
Jackhammer, Josh, Mark the Bully.
But you never know what's going to happen here. Panna's boy there.
And Lipsy all coming in. I believe these drivers do have enough time to pit and get back to racing.
If some more guys going to pull it to pit road.
Joe's going to stay out, so will Gaming Freak. Kenyon way high. It looked like he was about to hit the wall. Look at NASCAR fan.
Yeah, not sure what happened to 35.
I think Kenyon got held up by something.
So the 14 also went way wide trying to get on the pit road. Couldn't exactly tell what happened.
As I would have believed this, I believe these will be the final guys to come in. As they will be.
Oh my goodness.
That could have been bad.
That could have changed everything. That was... Oh, man. I can't believe he didn't get turned right there. But he might. Where's the... Oh. Okay, so he's not...
Oh, Braden could get the lead.
Yeah. Braden could get this victory.
He just needs to warm up the tires before Jackhammer gets to him.
And Jackhammer is closing in quickly here.
Braden never won in the Truck Series before? I can't remember.
I think he has. I'll go look really quickly. See some more guys taking their final trips down pit road. Let's see.
They look back up here, up front here. They both pass by Unofficial Joe and Hector Daniel. And it seems to me, oh yeah, oh Jackhammer's pulling in Braden. Is it going to go side by side as we've hit 5 laps to go here at Auto Club? As mentioned, Jackhammer looking for his first career win. He's going to go to the inside of Braden, and he's going to pass him no problem. Jackhammer back up for the front. Here comes Ev. Remember, Ev's most recent win came in the last lap pass. Could he be able to do the same today? He just needs to pass by the 05. Four laps to go. Side-by-side battle. Brews on for second. Ev to the inside of the 05.
Yeah, I don't know if Braden's ever won the Truck Series, but right now, Jackhammer still got the lead. 4 laps to go here at Fontana. As they now head down the back.
You see the Slick Swim and Braden's teammate Josh closing in. Has Josh won in the Truck Series before?
Has Josh won? Let me look real quick. 3 laps to go here at Fontana.
As that side-by-side battle for second. I'm going to become a 3-way battle. Slick Flame. He's going to try and dive down low. As it's still all Jackhammer up front, trying to keep that lead for himself.
Josh, I think, has 1 or 2 Truck Series wins. 1 for sure. I don't know if he's won this season, though.
No, he hasn't.
Alright, so just 1 for now.
Last time the 09 one was loading at Miami last season.
Yep. Because
2
right
laps
now,
to go.
yep, these guys single file for the lead.
Single file for that top spot. That's bad news if you're Jackhammer.
And
As
so
here
now
comes
Braden's
Braden.
gonna pull the inside. This is gonna be side by side for the lead. Ev right there to help.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have that help. Oh, that could change, though. They all go up high. 1 lap to go. Here we go. White flag is out.
Now look at Slick Flame. He might just take to the inside. As now they head into turn number 1. It'll be Jackhammer on the outside. Braden on the inside is gonna be side by side heading to turn number 1 and 2.
Braden has a better advantage. He has more trucks lined up behind him. No, not now. As he's going to pull it. Josh goes low. Jackhammer is going to get there. He's going to clear. He's going to clear. Will Braden get there? They're exiting 4. They're exiting 4. Coming down to the front stretch. It's going to be side by side. It's a drag race. But it'll be a first career win. Jackhammer is going to win California.
By just a truck length over Braden, and it'll be Jackhammer. The checkered flag goes to him today. First career win. What a day for the 94 team. And that was
Pulled
a
off their cards
clinic of
right. Jackhammer pulled off his cards right, and it finally comes with a checkered flag going to be in his hand. I want to see something real quick.
He came and clutched.
This is a battle for 4th. You see that right here.
I think Slick's Flame
Slick
got.
Flame did get it, but then he just totaled it down to the battle for 5th. Look at how even that is.
It looks like Unofficial Joe barely beats him by a 1,000th of a second.
By a 1,000th of a second. It actually went to Josh.
Wow. So there are your results.
Yep.
What a race that was. Did you get results?
I'm gonna.
Okay.
I didn't close the game.
Okay, good.